There's a Florida most have never seen until now.
This is a fish of a lifetime.
My name is Chad Crawford. I'm an adventure seeker and a lover of all things Florida. My mission? To show you how to experience authentic Florida. And we'll be tasting and savoring some of the best flavors Florida has to offer. I'm about to eat some of the best seafood in the world. So sit back, as we show you how to do Florida.
On this episode of How to Do Florida, the old hook and line man, Chad, succumbs to his fans' unending request to finally go spearfishing.
Here is your weapon of choice.
We'll be hitting the beautiful Gulf destination of Naples to hunt some mangrove snapper, do some boating, and oh yeah, plenty of house gawking.
$1 million homes. Probably not a TV show host.
So don your wetsuit and dive her down, folks.
I have to admit, I have a little mixed emotions about spearfishing.
Oh, come on, Chad. It's only a method that's been used for over a millennia. It's about time you got around to it.
That was pretty fun.
Hey, it's time to do Florida.
Naples, Florida. Florida's playground. Absolutely gorgeous.
Welcome to Paradise, or the Paradise Coast as it's called. Naples and the neighboring city of Marco Island and Everglades City is found in the southwest corner of Florida, snug up to the warm waters of the Gulf. 30 miles of glistening white sand beaches and countless deserted islands in the 10,000 Islands National Park are just waiting to be explored. But it's still got that laid-back lifestyle and coastal vibe that attracts anyone looking for a relaxing ocean getaway. If you're into shopping, dining, culture, Naples has got it. Downtown is the old Naples waterfront. The historic 10-city shops and palm-lined main streets offer plenty of choices for visitors. For this adventure, well, this is something I've never done before. I'm looking for a different kind of experience. Different, definitely, than my last Collier County adventure. Deep in Big Cypress Preserve with famed wildlife photographer Clyde Butcher, swatting skeeters and changing lenses with a true Florida icon.
People don't understand that this environment here is nowhere else in the world.
You know, Clyde, you can see the water actually flowing and moving in here.
I know. Well, that's why they call it the river of grass.
You think of a swamp, you think of stagnant water.
Right. That's why it's so clear here, because it's running. It's not stagnant.
Clyde Butcher is a world-renowned conservationist and wildlife photographer. This man has done more for Florida conservation than most people could ever dream of.
Thank you so much for doing this, taking your time out to share with me some of your experience.
I appreciate you guys doing this because this is going to educate a lot of people
Yeah.
about nature.
And that's what
And that's what it's about.
Being able to spend that time with Clyde in the woods that day was an experience I'll never forget.
You know how to get us out of here, right, Clyde?
Well, theoretically, it's that way.
Well, this time I'm here in Collier County for a different kind of adventure. Probably the most requested by fans, and one that I've avoided until now. I've always been a hook and line guy, but after years of emails from viewers asking me to try it, well, here I am. I'm headed into the Gulf of Mexico off Naples to go spearfishing. My guide, Captain Bill D'Antuono, a well-known dive master and founder of the Naples Spearfishing League.
Well, I know Chad, he likes to hook and line, but we're gonna try to get him to shoot some fish today, so we'll see how he does.
Also joining us is Katie Lockinen, an environmental specialist with the City of Naples. She's been involved in the city's successful artificial reef program and will be diving on one of the artificial reefs she helped oversee.
The ultimate goal of the Artificial Reef Project was to enhance recreational opportunities for both anglers and divers. The City of Naples, Collier County, and Marco Island collectively received $1.3 million from BP Tourism and Seafood Fund to fund this project, as well as private donations.
I have to admit, I have a little mixed emotions about spearfishing, Captain.
You're gonna love it. It's a fun time. It's hunting and diving in one. Can't beat it.
So what do you say when someone says it's like shooting fish in a barrel?
You gotta get in the water, you gotta put the gun in your hand, you gotta get your accuracy down, you gotta be comfortable in the water. There's a lot goes into it than more than shooting fish in a barrel.
So you don't see it as cheating?
I don't see it as cheating. I see it as an effective way to put fish in the boat and a fun way to do it too.
All right, so we're halfway out here, about 20 miles offshore. There's a bunch of shrimp boats out here. tell you what, if you're a bird, this is where you want to be, right here.
After about a 45-minute boat ride, we reached our first dive spot, known by the locals as the R Tower.
Ooh, every 7 seconds, that thing goes off like that. This is an old Air Force communication tower that's not being used by the Air Force anymore, but as you can see, it attracts a lot of fishermen and spear fishermen.
You know, it's a popular spot, so we're gonna have to figure out if we're gonna continue to try and dive here, or if we're gonna relocate and find a new spot.
My director and I decided to move on. After all, we're filming a TV show here, and that loud tone every 7 seconds,
So just kind of annoying.
it just ain't gonna work. We set a course for one of Kathy's artificial reefs nearby.
So, Captain, what kind of fish can we spear today?
Today we're gonna be targeting mangrove snapper, hopefully a cobia.
Wow.
There's other species of snapper like cubera and lane snapper. So you really have to have a good eye, and you have to really know your fish species to target them.
And size-wise, too, right? All those fish have limits on size.
Right. If you have to think about it, don't shoot it. So
Okay.
that's my rule.
It should be obvious what that species is, and it should be obvious that that fish is a legal fish, size-wise.
Yeah, it should be without question.
Yeah.
That's a big part of the spearfishing is knowing your fish, because once you put a spear through it, it's, you know, its survival rate is very low.
There's no spear and release.
All that talk got me ready to get on some fish. Thankfully, it didn't take too long to reach our next spot.
We have arrived, and I'm waiting for the structure. There it is. You can see a piece of the reef.
Okay, we're here, first spot.
Up next, Chad finally gets a taste of what so many have been raving about for, well, ever. Hey, nice shot, Chad.
At the urging of our fans, I'm gonna give spearfishing a try. We're in the Gulf of Mexico off the coast of Naples, and we're about to make our first dive on an artificial reef called the Rooney Reef.
Chad, here is your weapon of choice. This is the AB Biller 48 Special.
Sounds like a rifle, 48 special.
It is technically a rifle, underwater rifle. This could pretty much take down any fish that you can come across in these waters. It has a tether to it, so there's a line here that when you shoot the spear, the line is gonna be attached to the spear so you don't lose it. Some people use it without the line. It's called free shafting.
But this line helps you pull the fish in too,
The
right?
line will help you keep the fish in front of you.
Yeah.
It's not gonna swim away. And you can get a little leverage on it if you can pull it too.
After a very thorough lesson on loading, safety, and marksmanship, I was about as ready as I was ever gonna be.
Well, let's go do it.
All right, I'm all for it.
Probably the most unpleasant aspect of diving for me is getting on all this gear. It's very apparent that humans aren't supposed to swim freely in the water because we have to wear all this stuff. You got all kinds of stuff hanging from you, Katie.
I do.
Cameras, gloves. You're
Usually
like
have a
walking
minimum
scuba
of
shop
2
here.
cameras. Gotta
Toenail-
have shears, some
toenail
cutting device.
Whistle.
Gotta have your safety sausage.
Yeah,
Yep.
you are all geared up.
Geared up.
So we're gonna go down there and check out this artificial reef. Did you put this down here yourself, personally?
There were 3 entities that deployed these reefs. City of Naples, who I
okay.
work for, Collier County, and Marco Island.
Okay.
So the Rooney Reef, which is the furthest one out, is 70 feet of water, about 28 miles offshore, is mostly limestone boulders, and there's 6 piles of them that you can swim between.
Yeah.
And they make some really nice reefs.
You ready to check it out?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
1, 2, 3.
To be honest, I was more excited just to jump in the water and check out these artificial reefs than spearing a fish. Out of nothing, you can begin to see the outcroppings of the artificial reef system. Giant concrete chunks all piled up, creating the ideal habitat to attract fish.
The Rooney Reef is comprised of 6 individual deployments. 500 tons of limestone boulders make up each reef. So it's really neat to be able to go from one reef to another, and it's an entire complex that people can fish and dive on.
At first glance, what stands out are the giant Goliath grouper. everywhere. These massive creatures were some of the first to take up residency here. Once I got a feel for the structure, it was time to look for the perfect fish to spear. I was watching Captain Bill as he used his light to look under the structure. I keep seeing mangrove snapper, but I want to make sure I'm spearing a legal fish. Then, out of nowhere, a nice big mangrove snapper comes out of the reef and is in perfect position. So, I take the shot. Bam! I hit the snapper just behind the gill plate.
We saw a nice big snapper. I motioned over to Chad. He took the shot and landed a nice snapper, but unfortunately, he bent my spear tip, so I'm gonna have to fix that later.
I came around the other side of the reef just in time to see Katie sneaking up on a big lionfish. These fish, although beautiful to look at, are doing significant damage to Florida's underwater ecosystem. The lionfish is not a native fish to our waters and ends up competing with other native species for food and space. And to make matters worse, it has no known predators, except Katie and her sling spear.
When I dive the reefs, I always make sure to bring my pole spear on the off chance that I encounter a lionfish. We don't see quite the quantities of lionfish off of our coast that you see in the Panhandle, but you will see those 1 or 2 individuals on these reefs. They are detrimental to our native fish. They have voracious appetites, they reproduce quickly, and they can easily decimate our local fish populations. So the more we get off the reefs, the better. My pole spear came in handy and I was able to get it off the reef. There were just so many fish on that reef. It was incredible to see on a reef that is only 2 years old.
Man, all kinds of fish down there in these artificial reefs. Absolutely spectacular. A lot of life. Our bounty, like 6 really nice mangrove snapper. Whew. Tell you what, have to admit, that was pretty fun. There you go. Look at what Katie got. This is what she came out here for, and she got a big one.
Katie got probably the most important catch.
We've seen 1 or 2 lionfish on this reef before.
Yeah.
So try to get them every chance we can.
It's amazing something looks so pretty down there. I mean, the thing looks like a 3-ring circus down there. I mean, just lit up, just fanning, just beautiful, but destructive.
Very destructive, but very beautiful.
And good eating.
Very good eating. Yes.
So this is a perfect partnership where lionfish removal, which is primarily by spearing, can go hand in hand with those that are enjoying these reefs and are spearfishing on them.
Spearfishing is a hunting activity. You combine that with scuba diving. And also you never know what's gonna come across your path, so it's always, you know, you jump in a spot, it's the anticipation of getting in the water, anticipation of the next big fish that you're gonna go. And I think that anyone that fishes can relate to that.
I'm starting to get why so many have taken to spearfishing here in Florida. And this artificial reef system here in Naples makes for some perfect fish hunting grounds. All in all, a good day. I got dinner, and the reef, well, it's free of one more bad fish.
I'm gonna take those mangrove snapper fillets to the Hyatt house, and the chef there is gonna cook them up for me.
Not bad. We got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 mangrove snapper.
I'm gonna be eating that fish in about 45 minutes.
Mangrove snapper.
Delicious.
Doesn't get any fresher than that.
That's correct.
All right, thank you for a great day, sir.
right.
I appreciate it. I learned a lot. You know what you're doing, and I feel like my horizons have been broadened. So thank you
That's
for
the
that.
whole point.
Yeah.
Coming up, Executive Chef Michael Wood prepares Chad's catch with some savory recipes.
Oh my gosh.
And then Chad takes to the pier to visit with some of the sunset gazers and local anglers.
So you come out here a lot or what?
Yeah, about 4 days a week.
That's a lot.
I've just had my first spearfishing adventure, which I must admit,
That was pretty fun.
the artificial reefs off the coast of Naples are full of fish. And we've got a stringer full of mangrove snapper to prove it. Next, it was time to clean our fish and get them to the chef.
See, you had to cut around that meat shot.
I know, I made a few meat shots. So I guess in the spearfishing world, a meat shot is not a good shot, right?
Right.
So to shoot the fish right in the middle, right in the meat.
Like this one.
There you go, that's a meat shot right there.
I took my fresh mangrove snapper to Executive Chef Michael Wood at the Hyatt House for a little spear and sear.
I'm here at the Hyatt House. This place is pretty nice. Really had to kind of dress up a little bit. So I'm here to drop off my snapper and let the chef cook it however he wants to. Can I give these to you?
Absolutely.
These are some fresh snapper fillets. And so if you could have the chef cook these up for me, I would really appreciate it.
No problem.
Tell him to surprise me.
Oh, I will.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Oh my gosh. Chef, you've got to be kidding me. What have you done here? Walk me through this.
Actually, for the first part of this, I actually made a beer batter tempura snapper, just a little bit of fresh lemon juice,
Yeah.
a little fresh scallion, and then I also made our house tacos. Our house tacos is blackened, and of course you brought in snapper, so I made blackened snapper, a cilantro lime slaw, fresh pico de gallo, a little bit of fresh scallion, and then I did a gochujang aioli. And gochujang is actually a fermented pepper paste that I thinned out with just a little bit of honey, lime, mayonnaise, and made it kind of sweeter for you. And it's a really awesome thing. It's almost a cake on chipotle aioli.
I mean, to look at this plate and think of where this fish came from. You
Yes,
know what I
sir.
mean? 45 minutes ago, this fish was in the water.
It doesn't get any better than that.
And to be presented like this, I mean, this is just beautiful. You
Thank
did
you
a
so much.
stellar job. I'll tell you what, if you've never had a catch and cook experience like this, or in this case, a spear and sear, I highly recommend it. More and more restaurants in Florida are offering this experience. And there's no better way to know what you're eating is fresh.
Wow,
1, 2, 3, smile.
that was a great way to end this spearfishing adventure.
We got it.
But there are a couple more things I want to do in Naples. I rented a boat from Pure, Florida, and set out to see Naples from the water.
Being here in Naples, I am just in awe at the money that's down here. The boats that are in these slips, I mean, every one of them is just insane. I mean, look at this thing right behind me here. I mean, look at all these boats. They're just stacked in here. Millions and millions of dollars. Wow. You know, nothing will give you house envy like taking a river cruise here in Naples. I mean, this is Senator John Kerry's house. Homes all up and down here. I mean, just million dollar homes. You know, authors, senators, probably not any TV show hosts. I wonder if John Kerry does his own landscaping. John, is that you? John. Oh, no, that's not him.
Of course, no trip to Naples should be without visiting the famous Naples Pier to watch the end of the day light show, a Florida Gulf sunset, and visit with some local fishermen.
One of the best jigs colors to
What do we got here?
out here.
This looks
that's
incredibly
called a
simple.
Pink banana jig.
I like that.
Yeah, you just let it zip on through the water.
Let's see what we got here.
Just pull smoothly.
So it's just kind of just bouncing on the bottom.
Just bouncing it off the bottom, and then the drop is usually when they'll hit it.
They'll hit it on the drop.
They'll hit it on the drop.
Well, don't worry, if you get something, I'll hand the rod to you.
Oh, yeah, I hope so.
I thought he was gonna say no, yeah, you could catch it, but he didn't say that.
That's a $1,000 outfit you got right there in your hand.
Look at this thing, man. It looks like it belongs in a jewelry case,
Yeah.
not on a pier. Look at this thing.
They call it 6061 aircraft aluminum, virtually bulletproof.
What's the biggest fish you've caught out here? So you come out here a lot, or what?
Yeah, about 4 days a week.
That's a lot.
Caught a close to a 30-inch red.
Oh, nice. You getting paid to be out here?
Heck,
you
no,
just
I'm retired.
You're retired.
Yeah.
Okay.
Enjoying it, yeah.
This is the Naples lifestyle right here. Guy hangs out in the pier all day long. Have you ever hooked somebody like this?
I have not,
Yeah.
but I've seen it happen.
All right, so we've made it to the end of the pier here. It's quite the spectacle. Everybody's here to see the sunset, and that's what you do in Florida, right? You gather for the best show on earth. Let's go check it out. What's everybody looking at?
There's a dolphin that sometimes jump.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes, that's what the whole thing is about.
That's what everybody's looking for, the dolphin?
What else are we supposed to watch?
Maybe there's an orange ball out here, and everybody's fixated on something like that.
Where?
Could be.
I don't know what you're
that
talking
thing
about.
that's
There were a
dipping in
nice
the-
girl in the bikini, though, that just passed by.
Oh, really?
So maybe that was the whole... I know I'm on the camera. Yeah.
Watching the sunset off Naples Pier, chatting with visitors, friendly locals, and a few fans was a really nice ending to my Naples experience.
Casting.
Welcome to
go.
Florida. Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, to plan your own getaway to Naples, Marco Island, or the Everglades, visit paradisecoast.com.
Okay, I definitely had some preconceived ideas about spearfishing. But after today, all of that changed. Spearfishing is the ultimate sight fishing. I'd liken it to stalking a redfish in 12 inches of water. This is without a doubt a credible and environmentally sound way to fish here in Florida. Well, that's our show. I hope you learned something, but more importantly, I hope you feel encouraged to get out and do Florida.
Want more How to Do Florida? Get on howtodoflorida.com. There you can browse our collection of videos.
Here's what I bring.
Watch full episodes. Need Florida recipes? We've got plenty. Get your How to Do Florida gear on our online store. howtodoflorida.com, your resource for experiencing authentic Florida.
So, this thing, can you see that there's no sun? He's got the exact time for sunset. 7:58.
Something like that. I need to check
What do we
it out.
got here? So,
Yeah, 7:58.
so we're talking about, what, 8 minutes or so?
So?
You got 8 minutes of tape in the camera?
I don't normally take pictures of food. We don't need video. I get enough video. Wait a minute, I just took a picture of them. Hold on, I gotta.
I was like, where's the food at? Okay, there we go. Lock it in. Are you locked? Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, smile.
Oh yeah.
Hosing off those fish guts.
My first speared fish right here.
You watching How to Do Florida? We'll be right back. You guys will come back for me, right? Don't leave me out here.
I wonder if John Kerry does his own landscaping.